Warning, today's episode of Everything vs. Everything contains some strong language.
Everything versus everything. Fight!
Hello everyone and welcome to... Oh, that was very loud.
That's your starting.
Hello!
Hello everyone and welcome to Everything vs. Everything, the podcast where we try to put everything in the world in order from best to worst, 1 week at a time. It may sound ambitious, but every journey begins with a single step. And we're on our 6th step now. This is episode 6, and I'm here with the same people as last time, which means I'm only here with one person, and there's another person joining us through the magic of technology. Who are you guys? I'm Alex, by the way. God damn it, I never remember to say that.
One day you might remember.
Maybe. Then I'll be a professional podcaster.
Yeah. I'm Heather. I'm back again. Hello.
I'm Scott, and I'm joining through the majesty of the internet.
What have you been up to since last time? Tell me about yourself.
Oh, that went so well last
Yeah.
time.
What are three interesting facts
I thought
about
of
you?
something last time. I lock people in rooms and watch them, and sometimes I pretend to be other people for a living. There you go.
Okay. Do you want to give any more
Nope.
context? Okay, good. Have you thought of anything interesting about yourself, Scott? Actually, you had a bit more than Heather last time. Heather was the
Yeah, you
problem.
did. I was
Yeah.
just rubbish.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. You can...
It's fine.
It was the
Yeah,
warm
we're
up.
good. Yeah, so this is good. We're all that was some good banter we had then.
Yeah.
We're
Bands. Lol.
The banter.
all warmed
Down
up.
with the cool kids.
We've listened to our tongues, and now we are ready to actually do the real bit of this podcast, which starts with Bring a Thing! Bring a Thing is basically like show and tell at school, where we all have to get our things out and show them to each other.
I feel like we should
And
just sit in
then-
a circle.
Yeah, and
We
then
kind of
the
are.
teacher gets arrested, and we have a half
What
day.
kind of school did you go
It was a weird school. It's also kind of like circle time, I guess, because we're all in a circle talking. Oops.
I knew it would happen at some point.
Me and Heather are tethered together by headphones today, so
we are,
I
and
just
it
pulled
keeps falling out.
a headphone out of Heather's ear. That might happen a few times.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we should get on and do stuff. I don't think I go first very much because I'm too polite.
do it.
So
Go
I'm going to
first,
do it
Alex.
this time. God damn
You
it,
go.
because you're rubbish.
Yeah.
Just trying to
Why did I
balance
just
out the
agree to
politeness. So my thing today, and it's very topical because of the situation that Heather and I are currently in, is headphones.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yes, because we have one headphone each.
I have the good one.
Yeah, I have the bad one, which the rubber bit has come off, so Scott sounds kind of tinny to me, but
More so than usual.
yeah. The main thing about them, I guess, is I use them every day. I couldn't live without them, but I also kind of hate them in a lot of ways. Mainly because they break so often.
They do.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's usually the little, what do you call it, the jack
The
thing
butt ones.
that goes into whatever you're using
Oh.
to play it. It's usually the little connector thing that goes a bit wonky, or something inside it breaks, and then one day you'll just be walking along listening to your headphones and you'll get that horrible like, oh, one of them just blinked out for a minute and you're like, oh no, that's the beginning.
It's
It begins.
Can't stand it when that happens.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
and you're
upsetting.
just like, oh no, I'm gonna have to get new headphones. But
It's
like,
always at inconvenient times as well. Like I have literally no money in my account, or I'm about to get on a plane.
yeah, exactly. And you don't want to use the rubbish ones they give you on planes.
No.
You never know how good headphones are going to be until you buy them either. Sometimes they sound horrible, sometimes they sound fine, sometimes they don't fit in your ears properly. When I started using the rubber ones that go right into your ear canal, and which are weird, I couldn't stand them because you can sort of hear all the noises that your head makes.
Yeah.
when you put them in, and it was really off-putting. I couldn't deal with it. It was like
It's okay when there's sound coming
horrifying.
through.
Yeah,
If
but
you just have one without
yeah,
it,
exactly.
I don't like it.
Like, it took me ages to get used to those ones. And of course, there's the ones that don't even go in your ears at all, which would be good except for the whole issue of sound leakage, which is another thing that really bothers me about headphones, because I'm just worried whenever I'm on a bus or anything and listening to headphones in case other people can hear what I'm listening to, because that would be terrible. I feel like that'd be the end of the world if they could.
But you have, like, decent music taste. You don't sit on the bus listening to Steps like I do. Like, that's shameful.
And at least you're not one of those small kids who sits at the back of the bus and doesn't use headphones.
Yes,
I know,
they
yeah,
are
that's
the
true.
worst.
It's a lot better than doing that.
It's usually like hamster disco. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's always like sped up
Yeah.
vocals and
Yeah.
really tinny, annoying beats.
I discovered something, well, it wasn't me that discovered it, something magical about headphones and travelling. So, you know that noise on aeroplanes, the kind of low-level din humming noise?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just kind of get used to it eventually. But it would be nicer if it wasn't there, and it would also be nicer if there weren't screaming children and other people. So, Ross brought noise-cancelling headphones on the plane on the way to Seattle that he borrowed off of his dad, and oh my god, it was amazing. Occasionally I nicked them, and if you put them on and then press the noise cancel button without even any music or anything, it's like, oh, I can hear again.
They're a revelation.
Or you can't.
Yeah.
Technically.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's true. I can hear the noises in my head. So yeah, that is something that I recently discovered is very good.
That's
about
cool. I don't
headphones.
think I've ever used proper noise cancelling headphones. I feel like the term noise cancelling has slightly lost meaning now, because I'm sure I've bought headphones that claim to be that and aren't. Basically, they just like block your ears so much that you can't really hear. But I mean, proper noise cancelling ones, in theory, like will play a sound that counteracts the noise that you're hearing from outside, I think.
I don't quite know
Is that
how
how
they
they
work.
work?
I'm not too sure.
It's like the opposite sound wave. They play that and it cancels out the
I've used them
noise that you're
in
hearing.
recording studios before, like doing voiceover stuff, and it's a really odd feeling. It's very, very strange.
Basically, headphones allow you to escape into your own little bubble. And since wearing headphones, I've been less bothered by going out in public. I think I used to get quite stressed about going out in public because I have weird social anxiety and stuff. But like somehow, because headphones allow you to be in your own little world and ignore like other people and not hear what other people are saying and not hear the insults that they're screaming at you.
I don't think that happens, Alex. Just imagine it.
It occasionally does. But yeah, it's nice. Probably not in a healthy way entirely. I probably use headphones too much and like cut off from the real world a bit too much. Maybe I should occasionally go on a walk and just listen to the sounds of nature.
I
But
don't think that's a bad thing though, because if it makes you get out of the house and it makes you go for walks and appreciate nature. Just
True,
because you're
yeah.
listening to your own soundtrack to life, it doesn't take away from the fact that you're actually experiencing those things.
Yeah. I love a good pair of headphones. Like, they are one of the inane pleasures in my life that I get a weird amount of pleasure out of.
You are.
I once found a really, really good pair of headphones that are actually in-ear monitors that are going to link to my Bring a Thing, by the way.
interesting.
Yes. And they're so good. I don't think I found a better pair of headphones ever.
Wow.
Cool.
Were they super expensive?
Yes, they were super expensive. And I even went so far as getting special in-ear foam tips for them so that all of the sound is blocked out.
Wow.
And I used them on the plane to Seattle and Atlanta, and they're so nice.
It's just making me want to buy a really expensive pair of headphones, because the times when I've borrowed other people's or used them in other contexts, it just makes the music so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does make a big difference actually. And I tend to use fairly cheap in-ear ones. But I mean, I have a standard. If you buy them for like $2.99 from some very cheap store, then they're just
Actually,
horrible. You can't listen to them.
It makes me angry.
Yeah.
Basically
I remember
just have
one
to
time
throw them
buying
away.
some, and I was like, oh, these look like the same spec of the ones I usually buy.
Yeah.
And I put them in walking up the hill home, and it was so bad, like it actually made me angry.
Yeah, it can be irritating. I currently use Bluetooth ones because mostly these are Bluetooth ones, but I mostly use Bluetooth ones because they don't have the problem of like the jack breaking because they don't have a jack on them. But they have their own problems. Like my phone is weird, so they keep disconnecting from my phone randomly, and yeah, there's always problems with them. But I think they're kind of invaluable in today's modern world.
Yeah.
That's why I can't understand the whole, with a fruit-based phone company, their new headphones that come with the phone.
They don't have a jack on them.
They don't even have wires.
Yeah, that's weird.
And
That's
they're just
very weird.
they're so easy to lose.
Yeah, that's true.
Just give me an old-fashioned wire any day of the week. I don't
Although
understand.
they do get very tangled
They
when
do
you're
get
leaving them in your
tangled.
pocket.
It's true. No matter how much you try not to get tangled, it always happens. You know what really annoys me about headphones as well, actually? Probably the thing that annoys me the most is that sometimes Alex and I do music-y things together, and if I'm recording vocals and I have headphones on, it makes me go really off pitch. And I still have to this day not worked out how to fix it, and it really annoys me. Like even if I have one on, one off, I'm still slightly flat. And I don't know what that is, but it's very strange. But apparently it's quite common. But that is one not annoying thing about headphones. But on the other hand, it does allow you to record.
True.
A nice clean track.
I mean, headphones, I have to try to phrase this right, but like, if headphones didn't exist, there would be so many more problems. The only problems that headphones cause are headphone-related problems.
It's the same with a lot of technology, though.
Yeah, like water, you can't say that, oh, water's terrible because you can drown in it, because also you need it to stay alive.
It's
So it'd
kind
be
of
like
essential.
a bit churlish to go, hey, water, you're horrible, go away.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you'd be in trouble. Basically, I'm saying that the headphones are as vital as water, and they should be at the top of the list.
Above NASA.
No, I don't think they should be above NASA. Where would you
Are
guys
they
put
above the
them, do you think?
compass?
Oh, I don't know. I use them a lot more than compasses, that's for sure.
That's true. I haven't actually used a compass to navigate up a hill for a long time. But that's maybe because I don't do very elaborate hill walks anymore. They have obvious paths.
I don't know, I feel like they've got more drawbacks than the compass. I'm beginning to come round to Gavin's point of view that compasses may be too high up. So I might put headphones below that, but just because compass is in the wrong place, maybe. He has so much influence over me. He's like brainwashed me into like thinking he's right.
Does.
I might put them like below the 48-hour film project or something. I don't know. Where would you guys think?
I would put them below 48 hour, but above the Eurovision.
Okay. So do we value headphones more than having good teeth?
That's
Yes.
a very good question. Okay. That's a
Yeah,
yes.
you know what? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite a firm yes. The two are maybe about equivalent to me, but I'll go with you guys and put them above having good teeth. There we go. Yay,
Lovely.
that's our first thing of today. Who wants to go next?
So my thing is trashy TV.
Oh, that's a very vague topic.
It's quite vague, and I was thinking about it because last night I went on a bit of a binge. I watched a lot of Once Upon a Time, which is not good. Well, I started watching it at the start.
I've watched some of it.
So,
I
yeah,
kinda
seasons
like
1
it.
and 2 are very enjoyable if you overlook the terrible CG, but it's got quite bad as it's gone on. I will admit it's not a good TV show anymore. But something about it makes me want to just watch mindless crap when I come home from work. Like if I've been really busy all day, and sometimes I work quite long hours, I'll come home and I'll just be like, I don't want to think. I don't want to watch something poignant. I want to watch crap about Disney characters. So yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing. But then again, you get trashy TV like Jeremy Kyle and that kind of thing.
Well, yeah,
And
that's-
if it's
Jeremy
even
Kyle is
on in
not
the
trashy.
background, I feel like I'm wasting my life.
Yeah, I mean, when you said trashy TV, that was the sort of thing that jumped to mind, like daytime TV, like Homes Under the Hammer or Jeremy Kyle or something. Like that, to me, that's true trash TV. Once Upon a Time is I put above that
like
sort of level.
Bubblegum TV, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's silly, silly genre stuff.
Yeah.
I would class Made in Chelsea as trashy TV.
Yes,
Yeah.
but like reality TV and
So I wonder if we can like refine this definition at all, because like if we put trashy TV on the list, that's going to contain so
that's
much
true.
stuff that you're not necessarily talking about here.
I would class trashy TV as something that doesn't really add to society. Like Jeremy Kyle would be on there, even though I class him as a national treasure.
Wow. Okay.
I'm subscribed to his YouTube channel, guys.
that's something new I learned about you.
Bring a thing, the Jeremy Kyle Show.
Oh, it
God.
makes me feel like a horrible human being for watching it.
I can't do that anymore. Like true trash TV, like it's the sort of thing, and I feel like I've said this a lot on this podcast so far. It's the sort of thing where when I was younger, like I would realize, oh, I could watch TV during the day and seemed kind of exciting, and I was like, oh, I could actually get used to this. You know, you'd watch like Bargain Hunt or something, and you're like, yeah, it's okay. I could watch that every day, and then 3 days later you're like, oh my god, I can't watch another episode of this.
It's all the
It's
same.
the same thing over and over again.
Although I have been known to put on like property shows while I'm cleaning the house and things like that. I don't know, it has the same feeling as old travel shows. Like, did you ever watch Holiday on BBC?
Yeah.
Once in a blue moon, yes.
Yeah, it's that similar kind of feeling, the property shows to me. It's like, this is absolute trash, but it's kind of weird escapism. Like, if I had that much money to buy a house, yes, maybe I would choose the cottage in the country. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to waste too many hours watching it, because you do feel like you're wasting your life.
The one that I always come back to is Can't Pay, We'll Take It Away on Channel 5.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it's amazing. It follows bailiffs.
Oh god.
And how they go, and the amazing adventures they have in trying to get money off of people who owe money.
That just sounds depressing.
That sounds really depressing.
Oh, it's not depressing. It's really not depressing. Because, there's these characters. There's a South African guy called Elmore Victor, and I love him.
Do you follow his YouTube channel?
No, I don't want. If he had one,
He's
believe
not
me,
Jeremy
number
Kyle.
one. No, he's not
There's no Jeremy Kyle.
But it's like just the way he says things. It's like, all right, we're going to collect some money from this boy. He's with another boy called Stuart McCracken. He's very deep, like I think he's from Scotland. He's like, where are we going now, Victor? He's like, well, we're off to this climate now. 4,759 pounds and 32 pence. He's like, oh, I just love this so much.
Wow.
Do you enjoy it for their accents, or
I do.
for the okay?
I do.
They're like a character study.
Yes, yes.
Not going to make any comment either way on that accent, because it could be completely spot on. So I'm just going to plead ignorance on that one.
I found Channel 5 is the hub of trash television, though.
Yeah, it is, and it shows that they kind of disguise as being like, we're opening your eyes to different people in the world, when it's really just like, look at this weird person.
Look at these individuals.
Oh god, there's so much trash television. Like,
There is.
the thing about this topic, like, you could probably class most television in this category.
Yeah, it's
There's,
in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that we watch is probably like more of a balance, because we pick out things that are actually good as well. But like, most of the stuff that's actually on, if you flick through channels at any given time, is just terrible, and like,
Yeah.
as you say, Scott, doesn't add anything to society, and
Yeah.
possibly takes stuff away from society. We went through a phase of, I mean, we go through phases like this fairly often as a group, but we went through a phase of watching like Jerry Springer. Well, me and you did. I don't know if anyone else
I
did.
don't think I was in on this one.
And then there was Sex Sent Me to the ER, which
that's
is an
hilarious.
amazing
What?
show if you want
It's
to
so
look
funny.
that up.
It's just really bad dramatizations of people who have been injured through sexual activity.
Dramatization.
It's
Yeah,
an
it's
American
dramatizations.
show.
Like, they have interviews with the people that it happened to, but then they also have dramatizations of it happening. You know, it's always people like getting injured while they're doing naughty stuff in the bedroom, and there was one where there was a really awkward scene where the person was like lying in hospital injured, and then like I think it was their mother or someone came in and was like, so what were you doing when you got injured? But they brought like their entire like church
village.
group or something in as well, and they were all just standing there, and the mother was like, so what was it that you were doing when you got injured? And there's just like a zoom in on the guy's face going,
Was the
just
vicar there as well?
ridiculously-
Pretty much. It was one of those stories where like, this
What
cannot
happened,
be
my child?
A lot of
Well,
it is just
Father.
like, this can't actually have happened the way that they're showing it, but it's kind of fun anyway.
It's one of those shows that you wonder if people watch it seriously, or if they watch it like we do, going, this is so bad, it's great.
I know, there's a lot of TV like that.
Beyond belief, fact or fiction. We went through a big
Oh
phase
god,
of
that is
watching
amazing.
It's so good.
Yeah. You should watch Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. There's some on YouTube, I think.
It's
Yeah.
a similar idea. It's really cheesily written, over dramatic stories, and then Jonathan Frakes comes in the middle,
Yes.
and you have to work out if it's true or false. Yeah, it's so bad good.
Yeah, and the
number
amazing
one.
thing about it is that, like, the ones that they claim are true, most of them are clearly also not true.
Yeah.
Because they're so ridiculous. Like, they involve supernatural stuff, and they'll go, yes, this happened. And you'll be like, no, it didn't, Jonathan Frakes. It's fun.
It's so good. So yeah, like trash TV has its place, but I don't
Yes.
think it contributes to society.
Well, I mean,
No.
I don't know. It provides entertainment, and in the end, we're all just shuffling towards a grave. So, like, what's the harm in being entertained along the way.
I suppose, yeah.
Not to bring the mood down or
Well.
anything,
No,
but-
not at all. It's
If
realistic,
Jonathan
I
Frakes
suppose.
can help us there, then that's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true, yes.
Well, we're talking about trash TV because you mentioned Once Upon a Time first, and I would consider that sort of the higher form of trash TV, where they're actually putting effort into
Yeah,
it.
that's
They're
true.
making a story.
I suppose.
It might be a bit cheesy and
It's got so
and cheap
far-fetched, though.
at times, but like it's still sort of a fun story
Yeah.
to engage with. My series of choice like that, which I got into fairly recently, is Gotham.
I haven't seen that.
Is it any good?
I don't know, but I really like it. It is sort of trash TV in a way because it's very silly and like over dramatic and a bit cheesy in places. But I really enjoy it. I find it really addictive, and I think it's to do with partly because I'm not that big of a superhero fan, but I really like high concept supervillains. I don't know why, but like they're way more fun to me than superheroes. And Gotham has just loads of silly, high concept supervillains in it,
That sounds
and no
fun.
superheroes because Batman isn't a thing yet. Like it's about the young Bruce Wayne who isn't Batman yet, and it's just ridiculous, but it's very fun to me at least. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do. I don't know why.
I've heard like
Sounds fun.
word from both camps. Some say it's the best show on television. Other people say, the hell is this?
Yeah. I've heard both things as well. It's like gritty noir, over the top nonsense. I like that stuff.
That
yeah.
sounds good.
But anyway, yeah, that's another example of trash TV, I guess.
High-end trash TV.
Yeah, I would put it on the higher end of trash TV. But yeah,
There's
when
a
we're
spectrum.
saying that trash TV contains all that stuff, then
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to put it too low down because I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's true.
But also, it might be one of those things that you enjoy, but it also saps your soul out of you over time.
It depends on how much you consume it, I think.
Mm.
I use it to wind down after working for a day. But I suppose if you stay at home all day and watch it, then yes, it would it would sap the life out of you.
Yeah.
I think it's quite easy to fall into that pattern though, especially if it's an addictive show.
Yes,
We've all
indeed.
been there.
Yep, we have. So, Heather, where would you place it on our list? It's kind of tricky because,
Well, it is.
I mean, the list is getting long and this is a very big topic. But I'm guessing somewhere maybe in the middle or towards the bottom. I don't know.
I would say
Don't let me sway you.
below country music and above American radio stations.
Okay. Below country music. What do you think, Scott?
I would say they're above country music, but I'm not sure by how much.
I might agree with that as well because I've definitely got more enjoyment out of trash TV than country music. Having said that, it's also eaten more of my time that I can never get back. Yeah, I'd put it above country music personally.
Well, it's 2 against 1, so it's gonna have to go above country music.
Okay.
I would say below Old Book Smell, but above Spiders.
What do you think, Heather?
I think I put it below Spiders.
Okay, let's put it below Spiders because Heather wanted
There
it
we
to
go.
go below country music,
Okay,
so
yeah.
that's a good
Aha.
compromise. Good, and so we're moving on now to Scott's thing.
I have brought the instrument of the drums.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
A little known fact about me, I have been playing the drums for about 14 years now.
Wow.
Did
Yes.
not know that.
No, I
Yes,
didn't
it's
either.
probably one of the first hobbies I picked up. And I don't know why I love it so much, probably because it's so technical. And drummers get a lot of flack.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's the age-old joke, how can you tell if a drum riser's level? The drool's hanging out both sides of the drummer's mouth. What's the difference between a drum machine and a drummer? You only have to punch the information into a drum machine once.
Oh, this is cruel. See, I used to play snare drum in a pipe band, and there were similar pipe band jokes about drummers. And it's technical. It's difficult.
It is. I mean, my mum used to be the lead snare in the local pipe band as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We
So
might
I
have competed together, although we were like grade 4B, which is the lowest possible. We were not good.
Yeah, possibly. But also, like, the thing I like about it is because it's so technical as well. Yeah, you can be the guitar and you can shred and you can look all fancy and everything, but when you blast out like a ripping drum solo, everyone looks at you and you're amazing. And just for that 2-minute point in time, everyone's focused on you. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
Rock star.
And then you go back and then you're behind Fancy Boy at the front who's singing his heart out.
Aw.
Yeah.
Do you have some bitter feelings right now? I'm feeling this.
Not bitter feelings, but, you know.
Do you play in a band right now?
Not right now. I used to back in the day. We used to do a couple of shows in Aberdeen every now and then.
Nice.
All right.
Did you and Andy not play together?
Yeah, me and Andy have always been in bands together.
Yeah.
Cool.
One of the bands he wasn't in. But yeah, me and Andrew have always been in like certain groups together at certain points.
I feel a musical coming on.
Well, I mean, if you want to go down that route, you certainly can try.
No, there's an idea.
That's the thing as well I was mentioning earlier on. I found these really, really good headphones that just block out everything. And I'm just listening to music and I can go for like an hour just blasting away. And it's like, that's my happy place.
That's
Just
awesome.
buying the drum kits. Although they are very
nice.
expensive to maintain.
Oh, are they?
Oh,
I didn't know
very
they're expensive to
expensive.
maintain. But is
Yeah.
it just the skins and
No,
stuff?
the skins, they can last a while, but I mean, adding stuff on is just...
Oh, right, yeah.
I mean, for a good cymbal, like a high-end cymbal, you're looking maybe £200-300 for one.
For one cymbal?
Wow.
Oh
For a
my
single
gosh.
drum, I've always wanted another tom to be on the floor.
Yeah.
Even that in itself is like £600.
Oh my god, that's so
Yeah.
expensive.
I know.
That's madness.
It's madness, but when it's all
If
there
it's
together...
a hobby that you get that much out of.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Worth
When
it.
it's there and it's shiny and it's new and... Oh, it's so good.
I have to say, when there's music with a really good drum beat or a really good bass line, I tend to like it more.
Yeah.
Especially when it's live.
Yeah. I mean, my idol is Dave Grohl.
Yeah, he's quite
He's my one.
fantastic.
Yeah, and me and Andrew went with our friends down to Milton Keynes to see the Foo Fighters. And during the encore, it was C6 Steve, John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin, and then Dave said, and if you don't mind, I'm going to go behind the kit. And me and him just looked at each other like, yes!
So he's your one, but is he the only one who can make you feel like this?
Oh, Heather.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's a deep cut of a Foo Fighters song as well. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't get that one, but
I know. I
it's
really
from a
like
song
that song.
called The One.
I got what she was going for, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that man.
Okay. Drums are good. Yes,
Yes.
I agree. Drums are
Yeah,
very
I
good.
agree. Drums are good. Like I when I have composed in the past and arranged stuff electronically, as is my way, drums are always one of the hardest things to replicate. Like
I remember you saying
they
that.
sound a bit crap when you do them like as MIDI. Like MIDI drums,
Yeah.
they're never as good
Which is
as.
why on some tracks we have drums from a padded envelope.
Yeah, basically I've had to resort to like playing other things as drums, and I'm not any good at it whatsoever. I have no experience or training. I just
We're
hit
hipster musicians.
things with sticks. Yeah, and I can appreciate that there is a lot of skill, because when you try and put in you hitting a padded envelope with a stick into a song and make it sound good, it doesn't.
Well, that's the genius thing about percussion. You could hit anything and you could make it sound good.
That's true.
True.
Pillows, pans, small children.
Well, I think you need to join our band and
Yeah.
with our weird percussion
So I'm trying to
selection.
What does Andy play?
He plays guitar mainly. He was usually the guitarist in our bands. Backing vocals sometimes.
Cool.
Bass he plays as well. He did used to play keyboard, but he dropped out, and he says that's one of his biggest regrets in life is not continuing with the keyboard.
A lot of people say that about learning piano or keyboard, that they really wish they'd stuck with it.
I wish I'd stuck with an instrument. I used to play the cello in school, and I just completely stopped when I left school, so I feel
Yeah,
bad about
the
that.
same.
I was terrible at it, but I could have maybe been okay if I'd kept going.
Yeah. In one of our first bands, I was just sort of relegated to bass because that was the only thing that was left. So I do guitar, some guitar, like very, very poorly guitar, bass, and then drums is my main.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's quite
Awesome.
a useful selection.
Well, sometimes. I couldn't exactly busk doing the drums.
I suppose. I think the only instruments I've actually learned, I used to do the violin, but that was when I was really wee, and I was apparently very good at it, but I just hated practicing, so I stopped, which I kind of regret. But hey, you can't really tell a 7-year-old self to do that. And I did snare drum for a while, which again, on its own, is not a useful instrument, and I was probably ruining my ears playing in a pipe band too, so that's something to consider. When you practice in a small hall with no earbuds. Not recommended. And the clarsack, which again is not really a band instrument, is it? It's like I'm a pixie elf lady sitting on a hillside. Which, let's face it, is kind of my ambition in life. But
Second
I
only to
never
the
really got
ocarina.
great at it. Yes.
Yeah, I think drums are arguably one of the most important instruments, because they say about music, and I don't know who they is, but I've heard this about music, that
Wizards.
the only thing that really defines it is rhythm. Like, that's the most fundamental aspect of it. And, there is music in some cultures that is just drumming.
That's true.
Yeah, there's the Japanese, I can't remember their name off by heart, but it's the big drums that there's like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the first musical things that was ever done, I imagine,
Yeah.
because it's one of the most sort of, you can, like you say, you can kind of drum on anything. Obviously, proper drums sound better or are more appropriate to our style of music, but like hitting things with sticks has probably been around for a very long time as a means of making music. So yeah, I think they're very important.
I think so.
Where do you think you would place them on our list of things, though?
Oh.
Do you have any idea? I know it's very difficult.
Well, I certainly think they're more
Stare at
useful
the
than a
list.
compass, aren't you? And
Yeah,
Dun, dun, dun.
I would say it probably is.
I don't want to be very, like, egotistical and put them that high.
Again, I'm beginning to suspect compass is too high, so I feel like maybe we should just ignore the compass and be
Yeah.
like, where would it go if the compass wasn't there?
If the compass wasn't there...
Yeah, we have to put it above the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh, yes,
Because if it weren't for
definitely.
drums, there would be no
That's
Eurovision
true.
Song Contest.
Yeah.
Probably. Or it would be very different.
Judging from, like, my reaction to Red Pandas last week, some might say that I love Red Pandas more than drums, but I don't. I will put them above Red Pandas.
Ooh.
Okay.
Are they above cats?
Yes,
You would put them above cats, I bet.
Yes.
I wouldn't put them above
I
cats.
don't think I put them above cats.
that's fair. To each their own.
You're wrong, but yes, it's fine.
Stupid.
Do we go with the majority here, or do we go with Scott's passion and knowledge of the drums? That's the question.
Or we could just have I was going to say a duel, but it's hard with three people, isn't it?
Yeah, I
1v1 me, bro.
could have a
Tournament.
drum off.
We could have a tournament.
I think you would probably win that, though, Scott, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too.
You can't see me over the internet, but I'm doing the firepower sort of Usain Bolt thing.
I would expect nothing less.
Okay. Generally, we go with the majority.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
So
it.
maybe we should do that. We can always change it later if we think we've made a terrible mistake. I also need to separate out these animals because they're all in a big block at the moment.
Oh, they are, yeah.
There we go. Between cats and red pandas. Drums. Yay! Now we're moving on to head to head.
Dun.
Okay, so in head to head today, we have an age-old rivalry back from the 90s, and it is Mario versus Sonic the Hedgehog. No, that's not the well-known. What's the well-known Sonic one? Green Hill Zone.
Yeah.
Trying to remember what it was like. That's Marble Zone.
Okay, I'll remember that because James made lyrics to it one year.
Yeah. Don't think that's available publicly, but it was very funny.
Sad times.
Just thought this would be an interesting little debate to wade into, and it wouldn't cause any controversy at all on the internet. No one has strong opinions about it.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where to start with this. What are your opinions?
I vote Mario.
Same.
Because I was never massively into Sonic, which may colour my opinion on the whole thing. But when I have played Sonic, in single player mode it's quite fun. But in multiplayer, it really annoys me because I'm never as good as the other person and I always fall off the side of the screen and have to wait until Wee Tails comes back on the screen again, and it really annoys me. So it's not as much of a social game for me, whereas Mario, as a franchise, has released a lot of kind of party games and stuff you can do with your pals. It doesn't require much commitment. Let's forget about Mario Party, which I hate.
No, Mario Party's good.
I was just thinking, are you really bringing Mario Party as a pro-Mario argument here?
But Mario Kart is amazing. It's so much fun, and you don't need to commit to it. You can play a few rounds. Mario Party, you know what? Mario Party's fun for maybe 5 goes.
For 50 turns.
And yeah, there was one day when, was it 50 rounds you played?
We've played 50 rounds a
50?
few times. There was one day when we played 50 rounds and then we got to the end of it. We played something else and then we went, you know what? Let's play another 50 rounds.
I literally went to work, came back, and they were still playing Mario Party.
I stayed up all night that night.
So yeah, everyone
It
has.
was a good time. And then we watched
strange
Starship
feelings now.
Troopers and I was so sleep deprived that it felt like it was real. So it was quite scary.
Yeah, I find Mario's more of a fun social type game than Sonic. Although Sonic does have the Sonic Spinball roller coaster, which I freaking love. So, but then again, it wasn't originally Sonic Spinball, so it can't really take all the credit. So yeah, Mario.
The what, who, what now?
That's a roller coaster at Alton Towers. It's secretly maybe the best ride there.
It is.
It looks like it's not going to be that good, but when you get on it, it's amazing.
It's so good, and it's really scary.
I've not been
But
to
it doesn't
Alton
look
Towers
it.
in years.
Might link into maybe what I'm going to talk about later. We'll see.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting. Right.
What about you, Scott? What's your feeling on the whole issue?
I go Mario every day of the week.
Woo.
Basically because I don't like Sonic as a character. Whereas I prefer Mario. He's like,
Here we go.
he's a good.
He doesn't really have the attitude that Sonic has.
No, he
Yeah, I
doesn't.
suppose.
Sonic's
Mario-
full of 90s kind of...
Rad, dude.
Yeah. Like, let's go fast. And also, we shan't talk about Sonic Rise of Lyric, because that was just
I've never played that one.
There's
It's
a lot of Sonic...
so terrible.
Yeah, there's a lot of Sonic games in recent years. Since the old 2D ones, they've been very uneven in terms of quality.
Yeah.
And I would also go with Mario, and I feel bad now because I feel like we should have had a Sonic representative on here. But, you know, Sonic's fan base is very vocal, but not as, I don't think, as big as Mario's fan base. And in the defense of Sonic, I don't think Mario has inspired as much erotic fan art as Sonic.
I am fairly glad I haven't witnessed any of this. Is it in the dark depths of Tumblr? It sounds like something you'd find there.
Well, I'm sure there's some on Tumblr, some on DeviantArt,
Okay.
some
Rule
on
34 's a
Pinterest,
thing.
probably.
That's cute. Are you sure though? Like, I'd imagine Princess Peach and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
people
I'm
must
sure
fancy
there
her.
will definitely be some, but I'm pretty sure that the Sonic fan base is more into that stuff than. I mean, it seems to be a fairly core part of the Sonic fan base now
Wow.
is into the erotic side of Sonic.
And now I was not aware there was one.
Oh wow.
Wow. Well, there
This
you
is
go.
an
Don't take it
educational
upon yourself to
podcast.
look it up, Heather.
I'm not going to, trust me.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at it much myself, but it has a bit of a
Much.
reputation. And you know, I'm not judging anyone because I think that sexuality is a very sort of fluid and I think basically everyone in the world is a pervert, unless you're going like as you're doing it, you're going like, oh yeah, I'm propagating the species, like you're doing it for a reason that is not the reason that it evolved,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
therefore you're sort of perverting the act in a way
As long
into
as
something
it's
that it
not
isn't really. So
hurting other
yeah, as long as
people
it's not
or
hurting anyone, I'm not
beings, it
going to
doesn't
judge
matter, does
anyone,
it?
and so I think it's fine that Sonic has erotic fan art. It shows the passion of some people for it, and that's something that I think is in its favour. But I think in terms of games, Mario has had a much better track record. Like most Mario games have been great. Mario Party games are fun in a sort of
Tedious
I
way.
hate myself way, and you can basically like once you get into the zone of oh god, it doesn't matter what happens because so much of it is random
It
that
is.
it's not even a competition. Once you accept that, it's like accepting death, and you can just go along with it and be like, yeah, this is fine. Just let
Accept your fate.
let it wash over you. Let the person who did worse get like 3 bonus stars at the end and win. Like it's fine. But yeah, most Mario games are very good.
You know what?
I like
It
them a lot.
helped me a bit in my learning French conquest as well because my flatmate Charlotte, who's French, had it in French, and we used to play it together. So yeah, that helped with my language skills.
So what's It's a Me Mario in French then?
I don't know if there was a equivalent with the Italian inflection.
You know French though, so what would it be?
C'est moi, Mario.
There we
Would
go.
it be c'est à moi, Mario?
Yes, c'est à moi.
C'est à moi, Mario.
Yeah, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
I think Mario is a more lovable character. Like Sonic is fine, and I used to watch the Sonic cartoon on TV.
I remember there being
Sonic
comics
Underground.
as well.
Yeah, there were comics. I had some of those. So I did used to like Sonic, and I liked the first few games. Like first console I had was a Mega Drive or Genesis if you're American, and my first game on it was Sonic 2, which is a very good game. Sonic 1 was a good game. And, you know, there have been good Sonic games over the years. And it goes very fast. That was its selling point. It's very colourful, it's fun. But yeah, I think Mario, in terms of influence and consistency and the sheer breadth of Mario-related things in the universe is...
massive universe / franchise.
You could have a Mario theme park. Sonic has a roller coaster, but you could have a Mario theme park. Yeah, maybe there is one, I don't know. There should be.
There should be.
Mushroom Kingdom, it could be called.
Probably the biggest argument for Mario against Sonic is, has Sonic been in an Olympic closing ceremony?
Mario has?
Mario has.
Wow, I never knew that. Which country?
This past one.
Oh.
Yeah, like, you know that little bit at the end where the next country, like, sort of takes the flag or whatever?
Okay, yeah.
And, like, for GB getting it, Boris Johnson turned up and it was a bit awkward.
God.
No, like, the Japanese Prime Minister came up from a warp pipe.
Oh
Wow.
my god, that's amazing.
And,
How did I
Mario-
not see that?
Yeah, look it up, it's amazing. Just in the middle of Rio de Janeiro is a warp pipe and the Japanese Prime Minister just appears.
I would love to visit Japan. It just sounds so magical.
Yeah.
It's on my bucket list.
So, well, I think we're fairly unanimous then.
Yeah, I think so.
In favour of Mario. Sorry, Sonic. I do feel bad. I feel like we should have got our representative, because there are arguments for Sonic, and especially the older games. Where do we put them on the list? That's the bigger question. It seems like there'll be quite a bit of distance between them, given our varying passions. But
Sonic can go above Piers Morgan. I don't like that Hedgehog.
I don't think Sonic should go that low. That's just wrong. I might put Sonic around sort of...
Breakfast in bed?
I was thinking higher, but
Okay.
what do you think, Heather?
I'd say above party balloon. No, above American radio stations.
Oh.
Okay. I'd probably put him higher than that, but because Scott would put him lower, that might be about where we should put him.
Well, I wouldn't put him so low. He's not that bad.
I think we should put him where you were suggesting,
Okay.
Heather.
Okay.
So, after.
I would put him probably around sort of Cocoa Pop's profanity sort of level.
Okay.
Okay, so where was it? Below country music you were going to
Yes.
put him. Okay, and then Mario should go way higher, I think.
Number one, yeah.
Maybe not number one, but I would definitely put him above headphones, but maybe higher. What do you think, Heather?
I'd say just below headphones.
Okay.
I would say above headphones, below pangolins.
Oh.
Okay.
So like sort of just below 48 hour.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
where
yeah,
that's
that's
where
fine.
I'd probably put him.
Love
Let's
it.
go with that. Yay!
Yeah.
Woo! We've added to the list.
We have.
We have.
Good progress, and we're hopefully going to make some more progress right now as we go into the thing about that. Okay, so on the thing about that, what we do is we bring a thing that is related to our theme today, which is feelings. We're going to get all
Deep and meaningful.
Yeah. Anyone want to start this thing?
This dying.
Yeah.
The feeling that I brought is, have you ever seen Inception?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know the sensation of the kick?
What's
Yes.
The kick
trying
is
to remember.
when you're asleep and then you kick yourself awake. It's by the
Were we
sensation
not
of
talking
falling.
about this recently? I think, yeah, Ewan was talking about it last time we were hanging out. That's weird. That's a really
Yeah,
oddly
it's-
specific thing.
How bizarre.
Yeah.
Another feeling, clairvoyance.
Yeah.
I just hate it when that happens. I'm having a really, really nice dream and then everything's going fantastically and then for some reason I like drop off a curb or something and then I kick myself awake.
I do it too. It's only when I'm kind of falling asleep that I do it. But yeah, I do it fairly frequently. I'm quite twitchy when I'm falling asleep. I'm one of those people.
Does like Ross come in if you're asleep and he's like, oh, she's running?
Yeah, or like I'll kick him.
So yeah, it's worth it, like sensation of falling. That's what it feels like to me. Like just very sharp, sort of like yeah, and then
Yeah.
you're awake and you're
Yeah.
like, why did that just happen? I think there's a name for it.
There is a name for it, and
I'm
I
trying to
now
remember
can't
what it's
remember.
called.
You literally told
Let's
me a
Google
couple
it.
of days ago.
I think it's like a hypnic jerk or something. Is it called a hypnic jerk?
Don't know.
Google that, Heather.
How do you spell this?
I think HYPN.
Hypnic jerk.
There we go.
Sounds like a dance.
Everybody do the hypnic jerk.
So it is sleep start, sleep twitch, or night start. It's an involuntary twitch which occurs just as a person is beginning to fall asleep, often causing them to awake suddenly for a moment. There you go. It does have a name.
I've also had it happen, I remember, in a dream where somebody threw something at me. Like a rock or a ball or something, and that, you know, when you put your hands up quickly,
Yeah.
and then that jerked me awake as well.
Yeah, it's funny when like something happens in a dream that wakes you up. It often happens when I die in a dream, or when something happens that would kill me if it was real life, and then I wake up, like, suddenly. Yeah.
At least you had the relief of waking up and going, oh hey, I'm not actually dead.
It's true, like, yeah, there are worse things, but it is annoying and, like, quite sort of unsettling, because you just don't know why it happened.
Especially when you're in that sleepy mode where everything's confusing if you wake up quickly.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah.
Oh, my mind.
I don't think it happens that often to me, at least.
No,
but
it doesn't happen too frequently to me.
when it does, it's a little bit terrifying for a second.
Oh, there's a website called sleep.org. This may answer some questions.
Okay.
It doesn't sound biased at all.
It's funded by Big Sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Hashtag conspiracy.
Hashtag Spawn.
Okay, right. There are some theories, but nobody really knows why.
Oh, that's no good. Website.
It's potentially a downshifting of the nervous system that occurs as you're falling asleep. So your breathing and heart rate slows down, temperature drops, and the twitches happen during the transition. Or another theory is that your brain misinterprets your muscles relaxing as a sign you're falling and signals your muscles to tense up in order to protect you, which is weird.
Yeah, I think I heard the theory that it's left over from when we used to sleep in trees. And it's
what?
like, and this sounds like it's probably made up, but I've heard that theory that is when we used to, like, sometimes fall when we went to sleep in trees, and it's like
Wow.
our brain somehow thinks that. What?
I never knew we slept in trees.
No, that's why I'm not even sure if it's. But didn't we used to live in trees? Like the species that we once were. Did we sleep in trees?
I
so.
don't know.
Like we evolved. You know about biology and stuff.
I do, but I can't answer the question as to whether we slept in trees or not.
We went from the sea to trees to land.
Yeah, I
Isn't that
suppose.
what happened?
Well, yes, sea, trees, land. Fish, monkey, human.
Yeah.
That's evolution right there, yeah.
Yeah, thought so. I mean, it may have had a valid evolutionary reason once, maybe. We don't really know, but now it's completely pointless and doesn't contribute anything to our lives. So yeah, I wouldn't say that it should go high on the list.
No.
Probably
No.
quite low, because
It's just a thing that's a mild inconvenience.
yeah. What do you think,
Where
Scott?
on the lift?
Does it? How much does it bother you?
I mean, it doesn't bother me that much, but when it happens, it's blooming annoying. So I'd probably put it below when a dog follows you and it isn't your dog, because that's always a good situation.
Yeah, I think that deserves to be higher up in my opinion. but-
Yeah, I added it as quite a sort of a negative thing because it's the awkwardness of what do you do in
no,
that
I like
situation.
it.
But there is an upside to it, which is, oh, I made a new friend.
It used to happen to me all the time when I worked in the pet supply shop because I must just smell of dog treats or something. So
Yeah.
dogs
How
would
do you
literally
deal
like
with
cross
it?
roads to. I like it. It's
But
like,
what
oh,
do you
hey, buddy.
do though? Why? What do you?
You pat it, and then usually
And
its
then it
owner's
goes-
like, come back.
Yeah, but I was thinking, we're not really talking about this, but I was thinking of it in terms of I'm out for a walk and a dog starts following me and I don't know where the owner is.
Oh,
Like, so.
I mean, if it's got a collar on, I'd assume the owner's nearby.
Yeah, I usually do as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not a terrible one. So yeah, I'm fine with putting it below that. If
I would say so, yeah.
but should it be any lower? Like loose change in the street, isn't that better than?
Yeah, definitely.
Then
Okay, I think it should be...
I'd say maybe it's not as bad as saying goodbye on the phone because
Yeah.
that probably causes more day-to-day inconvenience than.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'd say so.
So between those two then.
Yes.
So that's our first feeling. I should go next because mine probably isn't a good one to end on.
Uh-oh.
It's quite a serious one. My one is also a negative sensation, and it's jealousy. Jealousy is maybe... Yeah, you shouldn't talk about where it should go yet, but I think it should go either just above Piers Morgan or below Piers Morgan. Because I think it's the worst
Yeah.
thing.
It is.
Possibly the worst thing in the world. Because like a hypnic jerk, there's no upside to it. Nothing
Yeah.
good can come of it. I've never had a thing where I feel jealous and then I'm like, because I feel jealous, I did this thing that turned out really good. Yeah.
I don't think anyone's had that. It's one of
No.
those feelings that's so pointless and everyone knows that there's no need for it because there's nothing productive that comes out of it, but everybody feels it in some form or another.
Yes.
Or in some intensity or another, depending on situations and people. It is one of those ones where you're like, why is this even a feeling?
Yes.
Why do humans experience
it's
this?
It's very annoying. If I could flip a switch and have it disappear from the world, then I would. Yeah, I've experienced a lot of it in my life, and less so now, partly because I'm on medication, which seems to help with it, weirdly. Yeah, I think it's slightly tied up with like other mental health stuff, anxiety, insecurity, depression, all that fun stuff that goes on in my head. So yeah, now I'm taking antidepressants which help with all that stuff. Yay. And so I'm less insecure than I used to be.
I think jealousy for me comes a lot from insecurity. The times when I felt most jealous is when I felt most insecure in my life.
Oh, it absolutely is.
The more self-confident and more self-worth I feel, the less I'm inclined to feel jealous over certain things.
Yeah, I mean, I just... It's really stupid, like any amount of like people enjoying themselves when I'm not involved is like slightly like, at least before pre-medication is sort of like just enough to make me go, oh, I'm not involved in that.
That's a lot to do with the fact that it is pre-medication as well. It is because of insecurities and anxiety and all this kind of stuff that...
Yeah, I've had experiences in the past where I've lost friends due to just, I guess, growing apart and them being twats. But
we've all been there. There's a bit of both.
yeah, and I'm not talking about anyone that I know now. I'm not in contact with any of those people anymore. But yeah, I guess that's contributed to my insecurity and therefore to my jealousy. And yeah, it's just a big mess of horrible stuff. And yeah, I wish there was a reliable way of dealing with it, but it is one of those things that can just sneak up on you and make you feel bad, and make you feel like, oh, I can't feel good because that thing happened. It's like, there's a lot of things like this in life. You start to feel good about something and then you're like, oh wait, no, that thing happened, so I'm not allowed to. I can't, because that was so bad. It's terrible.
It's like trying not to let your past experiences colour your future experiences in a way. Like I think that's a thing with jealousy as well, like saying all these things that you've experienced in the past which have made you jealous at some point. If something like that crops up again in the future, you're kind of better equipped to deal with it, but at the same time you're like, oh, this is why I'm jealous, because I had that bad experience in the past. It's not an excuse for it, but it's good to understand that that's why you feel that way.
Yeah.
And if you're aware of that, then that's probably the first step to kind of acknowledging that you're feeling jealous and dealing with it. I think that's feelings in general. I think humans nowadays are kind of encouraged to do the whole positive thinking, blah blah blah. I think it's way better if you just acknowledge the fact that you feel shitty today or you feel jealous today or whatever and deal with it. Because just catching up and pretending it's not there is not going to help anyone.
No,
I've just sort of embraced honesty now, and like I will try and be honest with myself and try and be honest with other people, as long as it's not like not going to make me be horrible by being honest. Because like one of the main things that makes me horrible in the world is jealousy. Like that's the main reason that I'm horrible to people sometimes, and I try not to be, but it happens.
But you have a level of self-awareness that a lot of people, I think, don't.
Yeah, and I just...
Maybe to your own detriment sometimes.
I resent that jealousy makes me behave in ways that I don't like, and I can't blame it for that. It's part of my own character, and it's not like I'm not taking responsibility for it. But I wish it would go away, and therefore I think it should be way down near the bottom of the list. If not below Piers Morgan, then right just above him.
Yeah, I
yes,
agree.
I think it's one of those ones. Definitely.
Yeah.
Should it be?
Yeah, it's the big question. Do we unseat Piers Morgan as the worst thing in the world? Like,
to be fair, he is one stupid, annoying person. Jealousy is a universal thing that humans experience.
True.
For a human not to experience jealousy, you must lead a very charmed life. Well, not even a charmed life, just a strange, detached life, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's also one of those things where when you feel it, you feel like you're the only person who's ever felt it. You can't believe that anyone else feels it the way that you do. And it's just, I don't know, it's an isolating, alienating sort of thing that drives a wedge between people. I think you're probably right. It should go below
Piers Morgan, as horrible as he is. He is one person
Although,
who, fair enough, does have influence because
I haven't
he has
checked
a
his
platform.
Twitter feed today. That would probably make me put him...
best.
Okay, right. I'm going to put it at the bottom, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Yay.
Get to the bottom of the list.
And that means that I'll never feel jealousy again.
Yes, that's how this list works. It's magic.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
It's like a sort of hypnosis where you put all your problems in a hot air balloon and then it flies away.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Doesn't sound like it works,
Yeah.
but...
Anyway, yeah, so that was a very serious little bit. Sorry about that, everyone.
we need some serious chats on here
We
as
do.
well.
So hopefully Heather's
I'm
is
about to
gonna,
ruin it.
Heather's is going to lift us up again after that.
Literally and
Ooh.
figuratively.
Ooh.
Mine is the feeling you get at the start of a roller coaster. You know the bit where it's slowly cranking you up towards the first drop?
Oh, wow.
Because it's a feeling I both love and hate.
Yeah, that's a good one because it's not unambiguously good or bad.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah.
It's both terrifying because it's going against all your natural human instincts that have evolved over millions of years, and at the same time you're like, I'm safe, I'm probably not going to die, this is fun. It's a confusing feeling.
Yeah.
Probably.
Are you a big roller coaster fan, Scott?
I used to have a massive fear of roller coasters.
So did
Me
I.
too.
Our family's been to Florida twice. The first time I didn't go on any rides.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only one I went on when I went to Universal Studios was Spider-Man. And that was it.
Okay.
So the second time we went, I made a pact to myself, so, right, I'm going on as many rides as I can. And I went on the Incredible Hulk first.
Oh, you're crazy.
I love that ride.
Actually, I think that was
That
my
ride is
second
so
roller
good.
coaster ever. It is very good.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But the only thing that sort of negates it is the fact that you don't have that junk, 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 junk feeling at the start because you're enclosed.
Yeah,
And then
I
it just
suppose.
launches you.
But that to me is in the same class of feelings, whether it's a sudden launch or a cranking up. It's still that feeling at the start of a roller coaster, but it's just a bit different. That scares me more. I think I enjoy that a bit less, but I still go on them, like Rita or the Rock and Roller Coaster or something, where they just start very abruptly.
Oh, yeah.
That really scares me a lot more than other roller coasters.
Alton Towers, the scariest ride at Alton Towers by far, in my opinion, and a
Yes.
bunch of us who've ridden it quite a few times agree on this, is Rita, which is this one that launches you at the start just ridiculously
It's
fast.
0 to 60 in 2 seconds. Something like
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
I don't know if you've been on it, Scott, but it's...
No.
It scares me more than Oblivion, which was billed as their biggest, scariest vertical drop roller
and it's
coaster,
not even
which
it's
is
not
scary.
themed as a very scary ride or anything. It's just like
a race
sitting there. It's like,
car.
oh, it's a fun race car. Do you want to have a fun time on a race car? The more you go on it, the more scary it gets.
Yeah,
because you're like,
it's the anticipation.
it's the anticipation. It's waiting, especially if you're at the front, like, and there's like a signal thing.
like a little race car.
Yeah, it's got like
countdown
traffic
thing.
lights or something, and
Yeah.
it's got like a voice that says something.
It's
I don't know what it
like,
says,
go,
but it's
go, go.
yeah. When it launches you, it says go, go, go. But before it launches you, you go back a bit, like just you hear sort of hydraulic type hiss, and you go back a bit, and you're like, oh my god, it's terrible. Even thinking about it
And
right now
it
is
doesn't
scaring
actually
me.
go on the word go, so if you're expecting it to, then it goes slightly before that, so you're caught off guard a little bit if you're listening to what it's saying.
Yeah, and then you just have a few seconds of feeling like you're just gonna fly off the track and die.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's fine
And then
after
it's
that.
pretty tame after
yeah.
that, actually.
But yeah, anyway, that's a bit off topic, but I just needed to talk about it because it's so traumatic.
This is why I brought up roller coasters. I knew Alex would go down this road.
Yeah, I had a sort of similar experience to you, Scott, I think, where I didn't go on any roller coaster. I just sort of ruled out going on roller coasters in my life for a while, and I was like, you know, if it goes upside down, I'm not going on it. I just can't. There's no way I could ever go on a roller coaster that goes upside down.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day I was at Alton Towers with my brother, and he was on the phone to someone for hours at Alton Towers, and I was like, we were in Forbidden Valley, which is the place with lots of big rides, and while he was on the phone I was just getting so bored, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on Air, because that looks like it's quite a fun, not too intense one, and it is. It's really fun. It goes upside down, but it's not one of the scarier ones. And then I was like, oh, that was amazing. I'm going on Nemesis now. So I just like waved to James, hi, I'm going to Nemesis now. And so I just ended up going on all the big rides that time, and it was really awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good way to do it.
It just transformed my whole thoughts towards roller coasters, and now I really like
think I
them.
had a similar thing because I was proper terrified of them. Something about them really creeped me out. Just looking at other people on them, like it fun fairs and things gave me this horrible unsettled feeling. And then I went to Florida with Gavin and his family, and Gavin was adamant he would get me on a roller coaster. So I was like, right, nothing that goes upside down, nothing that goes backwards, nothing that does this, blah blah blah. And then eventually he talked me on to the Kraken at SeaWorld.
Oh no.
And you know what? I loved it. It was terrifying, but I really enjoyed it, which surprised me a fair amount. And then I got a little bit addicted, so we went on all the big roller coasters.
Gavin's not a great person to have that experience with, because he tends to troll you as you're in the phase that you were talking about of when you're being cranked up.
Did you hear that? Is that normal? Is that a normal sound?
Yeah, and are like oblivion. One of the screws just like fell out of this car. That kind of thing.
Or I remember, the first one I went on with him, he first of all sang that Past the Point of No Return song, and then spent the whole time going, did you know that someone actually died on this last week? Yeah, apparently the safety thing came undone. It's probably fine. I was just like,
what a monster.
He's cruel. He's a cruel man. But he did talk me onto my first roller coaster, so there we go. But yeah, that feeling at the start, whether accompanied by Gavin taunting you or not, is both terrifying and incredibly enjoyable. It's kind of the adrenaline seeker junkie in us.
How recent did you go to Florida?
It was 2008. It was quite a while ago.
Okay, so you won't have seen the Rip Ride Rocket thing at Universal.
No.
So, in a traditional roller coaster, it's an angle to go up.
Yeah.
This goes vertical.
What?
Vertical, yes. Horizontal to vertical,
scary.
straight away.
Oh my gosh.
And the fantastic thing is, you get videoed from the seat in front of you. There's video.
Oh, that
and
would
so
be
me and
not
my
flattering.
brother went on it. It was quite cool. You get to choose your soundtrack as you're going around. I chose Beastie Boys'
Ooh.
Sabotage. Love it. So we're seeing this video, and the look of sheer terror on my face. And there was many curse words used, and you could see them.
Always amazed when you look at the ride photos afterwards, or video if you get one, and there's people sitting next to you smiling and posing for the camera and putting their hands up, and consistently in all the ride photos that I've done, even when I know where the camera is, I look like I'm going to die. I'm terrified of roller coasters, but I really enjoy them. So the photos are an embarrassment, and the more embarrassing, the more likely I am to buy them. I have some crackers.
I have a really embarrassing ride photo, but it's not from a roller coaster. It's from a haunted house. It's the first time. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was the first time I went on the haunted house at Alton Towers. Basically, it's me with my head in my hands, hiding my eyes, because I was so terrified of the things jumping out at you on that ride.
I've done the exact same thing on the exact same ride.
Really? Wow.
Except not without covering my hands. It's just essentially my hands put together in a prey position, and my eyes just closed and my teeth gritted. And I'm just sitting there when everyone else is happy, smiles ha ha ha. I'm just sitting there, hands together. It's going to be over soon. It's going to be over soon.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I was terrified the first time I wrote that, and James bought the ride photo and still has it.
Oh my god.
And then when I went on that one and finally kept my eyes open through the whole thing, I insisted that we buy the ride photo of that, just so that it
as
could
proof.
be proof. No, they've changed that ride now. It's not as scary as it was.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a fun one though.
Yeah. So the sensation of being cranked up on a roller coaster, I associate it mainly with Oblivion, actually, because that's the big one that when I'm getting cranked up on it, I'm like, oh my god, why did I do this? Why did I do this?
I always I will literally vocalise, why did I do this?
It's so weird. And one of the fun things about that ride is almost more than the physical sensation is the emotional swing that you get on that ride, because you go from, oh my god, why did I do this? Oh my god, I want off this thing. Oh my god. And then as soon as you're through the tunnel, which just happens in 2 seconons, you're like, that was amazing.
I'm the best. I did it.
Yay. Anyway, yes. So you've found one
I'm
of
forwarding Scott a embarrassing picture. But the thing is, especially when you ride with Gavin, who is a connoisseur, he knows where all the cameras are, and he'll pose for them, but I can't.
I mean, that one does look like you're being sick.
I usually am smiling in ride photos.
Yeah, you are actually. I'm never smiling at them. Deep down, I'm having fun. I just look like I'm not. Although, actually, you know what? the pirate ship.
The blade on tires.
Hate pirate ship rides with a passion.
Oh yeah,
I feel like I'm going to fall out and die, and there's no amount of convincing me that I will not fall out and die. So the rare times when I've been talked onto going onto one, I scream the whole time, and there are children next to me with their hands in there like, yay, this is fun, and I'm just an absolute embarrassment. I really hate them.
It's funny though.
It's funny for everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't quite know where to place this.
Yeah, do I?
Yeah, I mean, do you celebrate the fun anticipation of it, or do you? I mean, because I think the thing is,
it's a safe-ish feeling.
It's a safe-ish. Well, is it?
Well, it's not a safe feeling, but
safe
deep
feeling.
down you know it's safe.
Deep down, you know it's safe. It's like watching a horror film or something, a really scary one.
Yeah.
Where it is a controlled situation, unless you're riding the Smiler or Alton Towers, in which case it might actually
Yeah.
I was wondering.
It's probably like the safest ride ever now, though, because it's had so many.
That's true. Yeah.
Checks.
Don't want to
Okay.
Is it open again?
It is open again. Yeah.
Oh.
They've introduced new safety things in it apparently, so hopefully that won't happen again. In case you don't know, there's a big accident on it, and it very seriously injured some people. So yeah, that is scary. I've still never been on it actually.
No, neither have I.
When I was last there, it was closed because of the accident.
We're not laughing at the accident. I
No.
just sent Scott a picture.
Gavin's amazing in this picture.
Gavin is pulling a pose where he's doing that kind of model look where you make a V with your finger and thumb and put it against your face, and I look like I'm going to throw up or pass out. Or
That's amazing.
I have to
He's
put this
looking
on
really
the website
cool.
now.
You do.
Unless
You absolutely
Gavin
do.
objects.
Gavin won't mind. He comes off quite well in
You need to
this.
send me that.
That is a scary ride, though.
What ride is that?
It's the Mummy at Universal.
Oh, that's a good ride.
It's
I
really
love that
good,
one.
but it's really scary.
Yeah.
Okay, so where would you place it, do you think, Heather, personally? Do you want to put it higher?
I would put it above Cocoa Pops. I don't know if I put it above Profanity, because in a way I need Profanity to get through the experience.
That's true, yeah, they're
Yeah.
kind of interlinked.
Sorry,
For
all
you, at
children
least.
at Disneyland.
Heather, you're one of the people I know who is just incapable of not swearing in certain situations. You seem to have so little control when it comes to swearing.
Oh no, like what?
Like
Roller
just
coaster.
roller coasters. If you mess up something when we're filming, if you make a
Oh,
mistake,
yeah.
all the bloopers are just you going, fuck!
I get really angry if I forget my lines.
Oh, I'm looking
Tell.
forward to next Friday.
Anyway, yes, that's by the by. So you would put it under Profanity because Profanity is useful in surviving that situation.
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed.
What do you think, Scott?
I
do you have
concur.
a strong
Yeah.
feeling? Yeah. I'd probably go along with that, yeah. I'm not as big a fan of Profanity as most people are, but I'll go along with consensus here. Excellent. So that is all our things for today, I believe. And we now
that's
have
many
a
things.
list of 49 things. We're nearly hit the
Whoa.
big 5-0. Not quite, but getting there.
so many
Next episode
things.
we'll cross that boundary. And we're not going to read through the whole list today because I think I said on last episode
It is
that was the
getting
last time we were going to do it
quite
on a regular episode. But there will be sub-episodes in the future where we read through the whole list.
lengthy. Yeah, fun bonus episode.
Yeah, look forward to that.
List lovers.
But
out
for
there.
now, we're going to do nudges and grudges, which is where each of us can choose to move something up one place or down one place, according to our own personal biases and what we feel is wrong with the list as it currently stands.
I propose putting cocktails down one place.
Okay, which number are cocktails at the
They're
moment?
at
19
19, and you would put them below porridge, Scott?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
you can do
I
that.
consume porridge on a daily basis, whereas cocktails are a rare event.
Yes, I'd never consume cocktails, so I'm fine with that. Heather, you got anything you want to do?
I'm not too sure. I feel like Compass is a controversial one now, and I haven't actually read 1984, so I don't feel like I can really touch that. I'm not massive on Coca-Cola, even though I was brainwashed like everyone else at the Coca-Cola Museum.
Oh,
But I don't know, would I put it below Profanity? I do swear sometimes.
and if you want.
No, I don't feel like I can make that decision because I
But
don't
this
really
is-
drink fizzy juice.
This is what this section is for, though. You can ignore everyone else and just do what you want to do. That's the whole point of nudges and
suppose.
grudges.
I would put Cocoa Pops below Old Book Smell.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's controversial, I know.
It is a bit. I think Cocoa Pops are too low, but... No, you said it.
You can put it back as your one if you want.
I have another thing that I want to do,
Okay.
which is to put cats above Switzerland. Because I realised after last episode, I don't think we put cats high enough.
I agree.
So I'm going to put them above
I've also not been to
Switzerland.
Switzerland, so...
Although we have had a listener from Switzerland. If you're a listener from Switzerland, I apologise. I realise this is trivialising your entire existence. And don't take it too seriously. We're not taking it seriously. If we put Scotland on it, might be below Switzerland. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a bit of fun. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it too much. Don't read too much into it. We're not actually as horribly xenophobic as this might appear.
I don't think we appear xenophobic.
I hope not.
Hope not.
I'm just imagining that one Swiss guy now saying, it's like, oh, they've acknowledged me.
Yeah.
Number one fan.
We know.
Finally.
We know where you live.
Just tucking into his Toblerone.
Oh, do they have Toblerones there? Is that what
Are they
do?
Swiss?
Might be.
It's chocolate.
Chocolate Swiss. Yeah. Let's say it is.
Here we go again.
You bunch of Toblerone munching, army knife having, what's other
Neutrals.
stereotypes? Holy cheese eating.
Bankers.
Yeah.
Well, that
sorry.
apology went well.
Yeah, sorry, Switzerland.
Swiss friend.
We love you, Switzerland. Come on, you're quite high up on the list. You're above red pandas.
Yeah, that's
Should
true.
be grateful for what you've got here.
Maybe that's why they listen.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they're like, oh,
Okay, I
this
heard
is...
Switzerland ranks
maybe
quite
they're
highly
like-
on this list.
Maybe they're like, ooh, oh my... That's not a Swiss accent. No. Anyway, we should probably bring this episode to an end before we say anything more
It's for the
racist
best.
against the Swiss.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that was Everything versus Everything, episode 6. We'll be back with episode 7 next week. Anyone got anything else to add?
No. Happy week.
Yes.
Scott's going to add something.
Yes.
Am I?
You said yes.
Said yes.
No, I'm just saying yes.
Oh, okay. That was the improviser in you coming out there.
No.
Oh dear, this is all falling apart. We should probably just end it, shouldn't we?
Seamless.
Bye.
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 We hope you enjoyed this episode of Everything vs. Everything. Today's panellists were Heather Bowery, Scott Keith, and me, Alex Perry. Visit our website at everythingbeeverything.wordpress.com. Subscribe to our RSS feed, review us on iTunes, and all that good stuff. You can also check out my other silly podcast, Rainy Day Adventure Club, at rainydayadventureclub.wordpress.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.